to another Moz Play video. This is Moz Mojito, and today we're going to be getting into another survival horror style game. And this is going to be the pilot episode. We're playing Song of a Horror. Let's get to it.
Home sweet home.
All right, guys, so we're getting started here with Song of Horror. Now, this was a game that was recommended to me on my Steam library because of very similar concept to Resident Evil, even a movement style. I think this is an older game, so I wanted to jump in here and give it a shot. I just recently came off playing Resident Evil 4, I believe, and I was just kind of in that vibe or that zone of trying out other games very similar to this. As you can see from the very beginning, it kind of has a creepy horror type vibe. I don't understand what the music box purpose was, or the black smoke or tentacles coming out of it, or even the man that shut the music box closed when it started making noise. But we will figure it out. We would just kind of explore with this character. Like I said, this is my first time playing this game, so I don't have a lot of background on it, but from what I can see, it reminds me a lot like Resident Evil.
Oh, crikey, seriously? Hello?
Daniel, it's me, Etienne. Hey, we've got a bit of a major emergency going on here.
Oh, you're joking. Friday evening, and there's an emergency?
This is serious business. Sebastian Husher is nowhere to be found, and his manuscript should have been at the office by Tuesday. He won't answer his calls, and he hasn't shown up at his office at the university. He's vanished into thin air.
Oh, don't screw with me, Etienne. Call him on Monday, or send a courier for him. I just got in the door less than 5 minutes ago.
I'd go myself, but I've got to attend Albert's performance in half an hour. Plus, Husher's house is closer to your place than it is to mine. Come on, man. The sooner you go, the sooner you'll get back home.
You're going to owe me a big fat favor.
Whatever you want. Write this down. 4 Abbott Thomas Road, in the old housing developments along Highway EB-15.
EB-15? Good God, that's out in the sticks. I plan to take a few days off after this.
Well, we'll talk about that once you find him. Oh, and if he gives you the manuscript, don't show it to anyone. And don't go selling it off to the highest bidder.
I'll see what I can do. We'll ring you up when I get back.
Thanks, Dan. You're saving my skin.
Again. Another Friday evening and I'm working as an errand boy. I suppose they're too important over at Wake Publishers to come looking for jolly old Husher themselves. Shit. Even I should be too important for that. Though I mustn't overstretch my complaints. Rising from my lot as a drunkard and financial ruin to that of an errand boy is actually quite an improvement. If only things had gone a bit better for the company, or I'd got on the wagon a bit sooner. Damn, Sophie did the right thing when she divorced me. I would have divorced myself in her place. Daniel Neuer, the bloody alcoholic. Chin up, you. That is Daniel Neuer, the bloody ex-alcoholic, after all. Wake Publishers employee by day, Wake Publishers screwed over lackey by evening. Even Friday evenings. But if I could find Hersher, I have a feeling my status at the company would rise quite a bit. After all, he is the publishing firm's biggest star. Let's cross our fingers and hope he's home. Hello? Is that music? I'd better take a look. Is that someone playing a music?
Okay, so with that cutscene, we now have a good idea of what the background story is on this character and why he is here at this house investigating, walking around with his flashlight. This is probably going to drive me a little nuts as the different camera angles keep adjusting to follow the character around. Makes it a little hard to discover things, but it is helpful that they have the button controls pop up and the white dots on things to let you know what you can interact with and the things that are just for decoration in the background that you really don't need to mess with. So we're going to explore this. I don't know if it's a house. It looks like it is a house or a townhouse or something like that, and try to figure out what we're supposed to do here, basically.
No, the music isn't coming from upstairs. Interesting. mother. How can there be a door there? I'd hardly taken a step forward when I heard the door close behind me. When I turned around, the door wasn't there anymore, and all that was left of it was a strange shadow on the wall. I searched. I despaired. And I screamed until my throat began to burn. The candles started to run out, as did the batteries in my torch. From within the most suffocating darkness, the hours went by, until turning into days, and I began to fall in and out of a restless sleep. I would hear voices, sometimes right next to me, other times a few yards away. It seemed like they were coming from the other side of the wall. Desperate cries, howling in horror. And sometimes, the worst of all, a vast, oppressive silence would fall, seeming to emanate from everywhere and nowhere all at once. There was nobody there, just hallucinations, nightmares, black nothingness, and the song from that music box. Trapped in this impossible place, I wondered if I was going to die there.
Okay, so it looks like he got lured into the closet by the strange music box, and for 3 days now, he has been missing.
Etienne, do you have any news on Daniel yet?
Oh, Sophie. No. We've been calling him at home all day, but there's no response. Do you know if he's got a mobile phone?
No, I don't think so, and if he does, he doesn't tend to keep it on him.
Oh, man. I think I should pass by the Husher place when I leave, just to see if they know anything.
Husher the writer? Your client?
Yeah, I sent Daniel over there on Friday, and I haven't heard from him since.
What's the address? I'm going to stop by Daniel's place, and if I don't find him, I can go around and ask about him.
The house on the outskirts of town, on Highway EB-15. Number 4, Abbott Thomas Road. It's a big house.
Okay, I'm headed over. Call me if you find him.
Of course. Same to you.
All right, so it looks like we take over Sophie now, who is married to Daniel, and she's going to be going into the creepy house that Daniel was last seen in 3 days ago, or heard of going to, and try to investigate, see what happened. Now, she has her own set of stats and her key item, which is a candle, whereas Daniel had like a flashlight. So I suspect that you're going to be able to try out different characters in the story, and all going to have different traits and different special items. So we're going to take control of Sophie here, go inside and do some inspection of the creepy old house and see if she can figure out what happened to Daniel. Hopefully she doesn't end up trapped in the closet with him in that weird limbo world.
The door was open. Is there anybody home? Mm-mm. Nope.
Okay, so this game is very reminiscent of Resident Evil style games. You're going to be doing a lot of searching of the house, looking for clues and trying to backtrack and go back to areas that maybe you found a new clue for, but you have no idea what to use it for. But then you remember that garage and that box of fuses that needed something. So this is going to be along that same line. I'm going to be going around with Sophie trying to find out what I can. This is probably not a good game to play late at night either if you get jump scares a lot, or if you just get tired from just all the aimless walking around and trying to find different clues and items, stuff like that. So you probably want to play this with a fresh head, ready to solve some puzzles and some riddles. So we're going to wander around for a little bit, see what we can find, and we may end up having to come back and continue on in another playthrough. Alright guys, so I think we've been at it for a good amount of time, so we're going to go ahead and put a bookmark in the video, come back and continue to exploring the creepy house to see if we can find out what happened to Daniel and maybe make some progress in the next video. So as usual, I would like to thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps out the channel. And we will see you in the next video.